virus outbreak causes global pandemic? What is that? I've never heard of that. It's fine. That's not real. I'm sure not around here. The hell? What's going on out here? Oh, Whoa. Oh, you were scared? I seen you. What's good, y'all? It's your boy KCB. We're back at it. So I wanted to go ahead and make a beat out of the Resident Evil melody. That's something that's kind of nostalgic to me because, the Resident Evil movies came out, when I was younger, and before that I played the games, and it's just something that, it always kind of spoke Halloween to me, even though, it's not necessarily like, Freddy or Jason or held up to those regards, but Resident Evil is always something that always gets me in the Halloween mood. So I wanted to go ahead and take like the main melody they use in Resident Evil, make a beat out of it. So let's go ahead and see what we cook up. What's good, y'all? It's your boy KCB. We got another one here today. I was gonna do another, how to make this type of beat for that rapper, or I've been making a lot of those lately though. So Halloween's tomorrow, so I said, screw it, let's go ahead and do something fun and spooky with it. And so what I wanted to do was make a beat, that had like a melody from, something that always was kind of nostalgic to me, and that was actually Resident Evil. Resident Evil, they've been, movies. I don't even remember when the first one came out, but I know I was probably less than 10, I want to say, and that movie came out. It was just crazy awesome. I watched it a bunch of times. They released 4 or 5 movies after that. The games were really popular, of course, even before the films. So Resident Evil was just kind of always in my life, and I always liked just the darkness that I had to it, and killing zombies and stuff. Who doesn't like that? So I wanted to try and like almost recreate the melody from Resident Evil in the main theme. I believe Marilyn Manson actually made that one for the film, the first film, and so I wanted to take that melody. So I kind of looked around and tried to find like some MIDI or the key and BPM and all that. Couldn't really find too much on it, but I did actually find a video here. And so this video is actually a tutorial on a piano on how to play like the main theme. So I pretty much just went in here, kind of watched, saw what notes they were playing on it, and then I pretty much just took that and made it myself on FL Studio. And so it's kind of 2 parts to the melody. One part's really simple, and then the other just kind of adds to it, and you're going to use different instruments to get like the full melody. We're going to start with the top part here. So this melody is in A minor. And so this top part is actually really easy. I'm just going to play it out for you. And the great thing about this melody is it's just 4 bars, so it's not super complicated. So once I mapped it out, from there I just repeat it and then go ahead and do the other part of the beat. So we're going to start off with the first part of that melody, and so we're just going to use a piano first for this one. And so the piano, so here's the top part that's the easiest. So real easy. That just gives kind of a little bounce to the melody. And then the next part is going to be a little bit more to it, but really just most of the notes kind of go, so like this melody up here, most of the other notes just kind of go in between those notes. So it's like you'll have the higher octave above here, that's the first one we did, and the second part will be 1 octave lower, and a lot of the notes just kind of go in between the other notes on the top melody there. So really not too difficult as far as the melody. It took me maybe 5 minutes or so to watch that video and just kind of map this out. So you can kind of see a little more sporadic, but you will kind of get the feel here for that melody. So let's play both. So this is going to be the top and the low melody. So you see that totally gives that feel there. That Resident Evil melody. That melody, I mean, is just, I don't know. It just means a lot to me because of how nostalgic it is, I guess. So I was like, man, I just got to recreate that. And I was like, you know what? Why not just show you guys, how it's done too? You guys can sit here and, map that out as well if you want. So that's the main part of the melody there. And then for this beat, in the beginning there's kind of like a real big synth that kind of overcomes, and it's just one solid note, and it's really like an instrumental that kind of builds up into like the climax of that instrumental. And so I wanted to find something similar to that, and so I went ahead and I just took like a Reese bass. So I took a Reese bass here just on A, and so I pretty much just adjusted it a little bit so it kind of cuts off about halfway. So this is just a Reese bass here. There's that, and then with that other synth there's kind of another little background noise to it, so I kind of wanted to add something that sounded similar. So I took this real kind of low key here, and so like I added it to that melody so it sounds like this. It's almost kind of just like a little echo to it. And so that's going to be kind of like in the beginning we might have like just those two sounds, and then we'll have like the keys come in and then kind of ramp up to where the beat will come in. So we have those two there, so that's going to be great to start. And then you're going to want to find like a bell to kind of, I'll usually like layer it with those keys. So like, let's see, so I went into just the labs here, and I got the music box, which is like one of my favorites. And so I pretty much just duplicated that melody. And so with those three melodies there, with the keys, the two background, actually the four, and then the other bell here, and of course I kind of took, like on the bell, I added some reverb to it, and then I kind of EQ'd all the melodies so they kind of will fit around each other. So here's those melodies. It's really getting that Resident Evil vibe to it. And so from there I want to add a little bit more, so I pretty much just took another ambient noise and pretty much just took, it's like a lead, and I just did just the notes, just A notes, kind of like the bass as well. So let's see, so I added that one. So yeah, it's just kind of a basic, just two note, A there. And so those, see, it's kind of like a just real ambient noise with some little bit of like delay and reverb. I added another one of a more airy, almost like bell pad. And so like I'm gonna have this come in before, like when the beat is starting to build up a little bit more. And so all of those melodies. Alright, now it's time for the drums. So I wanted to do, pretty much just a trap beat with this, because, this was kind of just an instrumental. So I just wanted to, kind of replicate the melody and kind of make this into a trap beat. So let's go ahead and start placing some drums. I have some of the hats laid out. Let me go ahead and finish. Wrist. so I like this here. Alright, let's go ahead and chop this up. Alright, and then one other thing I'm going to do, so another sound that's like just nostalgic and just the sound I loved growing up because it's just so creepy, is the Silent Hill siren sound. So I'm going to use that kind of like in the build up to the beat. This is what that sounds like. Just super creepy, so we're gonna add that to it, so let's chop it up. Alright, so we got it all pieced together, and so I kind of did like a build up here into like where a hook would be, then we'll go into a verse, so it'll kind of build back up into the hook, into another verse, build back up into the hook, and then outro. And then I added that Silent Hill siren sound to kind of lead into that, so let's go ahead and see what we got.
Kyle, cook this beat.
We did it, guys. We made a dope Resident Evil beat. It's a hard beat. I mean, it goes crazy. I just love that melody, and so this whole beat is just awesome to me. So that's one thing. Make sure to have fun every now and then. Like, yes, practice and try different genres and watch tutorials and all that, but don't forget to have fun. I mean, that's why we do this as well. So go ahead and make something you like, even if you're not going to put out for anyone. Just have fun. Don't ever forget to have fun. So I hope you guys liked the video. Go ahead, hit that sub, like, comment, all that. There's going to be a lot more videos on the way. Thank you all for supporting, and until next time, y'all.